E3 is a month away. Not only is it a place to gush over our most anticipated games and lose over new ones, but it's also a place to celebrate our favourites. On June 8th, just before the show, Nintendo will be holding an international championship for both Splatoon 2 and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But what's the road like to get there? I spent the weekend in Amsterdam checking out the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Smash Ball Team Cup 2019, where the best teams in Europe face down for not only a chance to compete at E3, but also get their hands on some rare Golden Smash Pro controllers. And medals, trophies, t-shirts, and I guess pride too. A lot was on the line, and the teams had already had a long journey to get to this point. The stakes were high. The Smash competitive scene is absolutely huge, but the Smash Ball felt different to others. It wasn't just the same characters on repeat on the same stages with the same variables. Instead, they switched between team battles and solos, and even try out Smashdown, where once a character is used in a set, it cannot be used again. This led to characters we don't often see jump into the fray, like Sheik and Wii Fit Trainer. In fact, 32 different characters were used over the 2-day tournament, a far cry from the handful seen in most other competitive Smash games. Hands down, this was the most enjoyable and varied Smash I'd ever seen, and seeing it all unravel live in a Splatoon 2 reveal-style stadium really highlights just how far competitive Smash has come. And of course, every match with Pichu was simply a delight. While someone had to win in the end, you could feel that every team earned the right to be there. Every match was incredibly intense, and you never quite knew how it was going to pan out. Like one where Switzerland and Snake were 2 stocks down and nearing a KO, but they managed to cling on and fight their way back. Or there's another where 2 UK players were trying to take down one of the world's best Wario players. He just wouldn't fly away, and every single move was torture. Every single action had us on the edge of our seats. The energy of the players in the crowd was electric, especially with Pichu, very electric there. Everyone would yell, "Take this!" when Richter throws his holy water, or "Hurrah!" when Ganon was on the field, and it gave me a pretty different perspective on competitive Smash players. These teams were all in it to win it, and you can see the intensity on their faces during the games. But when the matches conclude, even for the losers, you can still see the grace and acknowledgement for the other players. At the end of the day, they're all there to have fun. I had a chance to sit down with the UK team, the TPs, who ended up making it a good way into the competition, but unfortunately, after a close match, France took them out on day 2. Seriously, it was so close, but here's what they had to say.
I have more fun playing competitively than playing casually for sure.
Yeah.
You get such a rush.
And then once you go competitive, you can't really look at it the same way casual. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's really good.
I can still have fun playing casual Smash all the time, but
it still has its frustrations. But I feel like the frustrations actually add to the fun in the overall scheme.
It's just such a good experience.
It's still competitive, however, it doesn't take out the casual side, so it's good. It's nice for spectators to watch. So not only can we compete in our environment, they get to watch in their environment.
The flexibility is nice with seeing also our new formats like Squad Strike and Smashdown, playing different characters. But also it's nice to have that sort of consistent, everything under control environment. It's good to have both, really.
Every region have their own internal scene, so they all know each other unless you're new. So everyone will know each other unless you're new. When we go to other regions, so you go from London to Manchester or something, probably if you're going for the first time, you'll see people you don't know, but you actually get ingrained to their community pretty fast, because usually not just the Smash event, but around the Smash event there's usual social events. So people get to know each other quite quickly. So generally at this point in the UK now, almost 70% of the whole entire scene know each other, I would say.
I don't really feel the pressure. I literally just play the game, and just if you win, you win, you lose. And just at the end though, you just gotta get better. Just keep building up on yourself. But yeah, competing, it's like a mixture of emotion. So if it's a really tense set, you can get nervous and confront your decisions and stuff. And some people don't, but yeah.
It's very different, when you're playing on such a huge intensity level. All the emotions are way higher. When you win, it feels great. When you lose, it feels crushing, and it can affect you a lot. But that's the most fun part. I
don't really feel any pressure as well. It's probably due to my outlook of the game, though. Pressure comes due to how much you're invested in it. So you might have a low personal investment in the competitive scene, and so you won't get very flustered by anything, or you might really care about every match to a real deep personal level, that even if you go just for a round 1 match against someone who's not even that great at the game, you could get super nervous, not due to them but due to yourself.
So basically, Lucrezio's better than you and he doesn't even care about the game. That's what he's saying. He doesn't even try. In terms of community, man, because you go around the UK, right, and you see how nice all the like UK people are, and it always blows you away how just like, you know, you all just incidentally like the same thing, but everyone's really lovely. And you come out to this big thing and you see that that's just not just the UK. All of Europe is like so friendly. Yeah. Like Smashers are just nice people.
After some vigorous matches that had the whole crowd on edge, the Germans eventually came out on top against France in the final, meaning Germany will be heading down in June to compete at the E3 World Championships. A lot of these teams have been playing since the original Super Smash Bros. On N64, but others have been playing as recent as the 3DS game, including a player on the winning German team.
Yeah, I played the 3DS demo without knowing what the Super Smash Bros. Was. And then I was like, hey, this game is super fun, and I kept on playing, and now, 4 years later, I still play the game.
It just goes to show how varied and accepting the competitive scene can be, and the fact that thousands came in to support in person, and even more tuning in online shows that the community are behind them every step of the way. We all enjoy Smash for different reasons, and there's no right or wrong way to play it, but coming along to this event and seeing the passion in every meter of the room was a pure celebration for those who play Smash at a competitive level. So now, bring on E3. Who do you want to be in Smash Ultimate as DLC characters? Are there any more characters that aren't in the game that you want to be in?
It has to be a Star Wars character, man.
Star Wars character?
Yeah?
I'm not giving up on Sora yet. I know it's out there, but...
Honestly, competitively, I don't want any more DLC because it's just making my life harder.